all right. Okay, we got the sounds. Let's see if we have actually streaming. We do. We have actually streaming. All right, we're good. Okay, cool. So, here on the table, I have a hell of a mess. And the reason for that is because I'm going to set the table up so we can play a game of Necromunda. So, I've put together and started to paint my Goliaths. They need lots of love still. I've just been blocking colors, so they're still pretty ugly. But they're going to be the gang that we are playing today. And today, they're just going to be fighting some Hive Scum. Poxwalkers counts as Hive Scum. So, we've got a bunch of these bros. And they're just going to be your everyday zombies for our game today. So, while I learned to play the factions, because last time we played Escher, and just have some fun with it, we're gonna just have sort of a meat shield kind of enemy. All right, so I have been thinking that once my guys are all together, I'll paint it up. At least once I have one faction, I'll paint it up, which will be these guys first. So Escher's taking me a little bit longer to paint. We'll probably go and start and do a whole campaign and stuff, and it should be really fun. But until then, we're just going to play around with some little games. See how... Alright, we're not going to worry about magnetizing these until I spray them. Alright, we'll worry about magnetizing the stuff out next time. But I have the board set up before we start playing. So today... I was thinking about sort of the setting, right? Necromunda is a very... Hello! Necromunda is a very story-driven game. You know, it's about campaigns and all that kind of stuff. I was thinking about the setting. And I really... You know, there's a lot of cool settings. Because Necromunda is this giant city world. Right? It's this huge, horrible mega city where you can be born in it and never even see the sky. You know, like, just a disgusting, horrible, horrible place. And that's where our game is set. Welcome to Necromunda. You know, it's one of those things where, like, the upper levels are kind of nice, but the whole thing is just filled with crazy, crazy corruption. And it's just a horrible, like, terrible time of sadness for basically everyone involved. And I was like, that's you know, that's Necromunda. That's like the fun basics for it, right? It's just this nasty, shitty, bad time. However, let's see, does that work right there? Let's do like that, maybe. Yeah, that works. We'll do that. However, there's lots of different, like, places in Necromunda you can set your game. So, for example, you know, you might actually be on a giant sea made out of, like, gray water, you know, from the city up above processing down. Or you might actually be, let's put some of these barricades. It's a cool barricade. You might actually be, like, you know, in, like, the middle class section and have people, like, coming up from down below to raid it. Or you might, you know, you might be out in the wastes between the cities. I sort of like I like a lot of these settings. I think they're fun. But I was very partial to the idea of the wastes between the city, right? Like, these sort of hello. These kind of like dead no man zones between these giant, massive, like thousands and thousands of miles wide and tall city constructs. You know, you have these like toxic wastelands. And I thought that was kind of cool. So I liked the idea that like maybe part of the city was open up to that, you know, like maybe it was falling apart and, you know, the toxicity and stuff was leaking in parts. You know, when we start our campaign, we'll probably still be fighting zombies for a couple of games just to continue to get the hang of it. Let's open up this middle here a little bit more. Just to continue to get the hang of it. Is that pretty good, or should we lift that up? There we go. So while we do that, we'll probably still be fighting zombies a little bit. God, look, all you can see is the beard between the cameras. So I liked the idea that maybe like zombies were coming in from the wastes, like sort of washing in. So what I wanted to do today to try to get the hang of some of the other combat roles and stuff, I wanted to do like a wave-based thing. So my plan was to pretty much do like an extermination mission, or like the one we played last time where we had the little base, right? So we'll say like maybe this area here is the base, you know, like in this area here is our base. And from turn 2 forwards, if we have bad guys in there and no good guys, we lose. But, you know, I liked the idea that maybe, like, there would be a bunch of enemies coming in, you know what I mean? Like a horde mode style thing. So my plan is to pretty much add 5 more enemies every round. So last time we played 5-on-5. This time I have a full gang of Goliaths. You know, they're still being painted, but there they are again. I've got this guy is the only one who has a name. He is Meat Hammer, and the rest don't have names. But they have an Ogren with them who has a Spudjacker. They've got just a generic kind of shithead guy who's got a gun. They've got this guy who's got a chainsaw, axe. This guy who's just got a pistol and a Spudjacker. And then this lady who's got a gun like the Ogren has. So like, I don't know. I think it's like some kind of rapid fire welder thing. It's like an electricity welder gun. My plan for painting them and stuff is to make them look super industrial, which is why they're starting with the orange jumpsuits, right? They're like construction workers kind of thing. And all their armor is going to be old and dinged up and rusted and stuff, so I'm going to do all that. But I really liked the more industrial kind of weapons, so that's why I wanted to go with a I think this thing's called an arc welder, right? It just looks like some kind of piece of like, equipment you'd use to like cut a battleship in half. So I thought it was pretty rad. So we got 2 of those. Got one of those on the Ogre, and we got one on the lady. And then our enemy team is going to be our everyday friendly zombos, just like we said earlier. So they're going to be counts as hive scum, or poxwalkers counts as hive scum. So this is going to be our base. Enemies are going to be spawning over here. I'm going to spawn 5 enemies per round, which means that they're not even going to get to us before the second group of enemies spawns. So there should be a pretty cool horde mode kind of thing. I'm going to start my guys in the base here. It should be pretty fun, and we should get lots of like combat assists and stuff like that, or like people helping each other up when they're down and things like that. So with that, let's roll some dice. But, what else? Oh, terrain is all painted since last time. It still needs to get sprayed, but it's all painted up. And I have the Dark Uprising boxing, so I'm going to have a ton more of it coming in. So we'll be able to build big, cool... This other little cam, it's like the Jazz Hands cam. I'm going to be able to build big multi-level things. That'll be fun. Alright, so let's roll some dice. So, guys need to hold this spot. They need to murder the hell out of some stuff. Okay. So, these are our guys. These little printouts, they are from Yak Tribe. They are fantastic, but I wish they would actually put what all of this stuff is on the fucking card. Because like I don't remember what Furnace Plates does, and now I need to go look it up, and that's really obnoxious. So let's look at what Furnace Plates does. I think it's in the very, very back. Yeah, war gear, blah, 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 armor. Okay, so 6+ save roll for wounds, 5+ if they're in front. That's what Furnace Plates does. All these guys have Furnace Plates because they're really, really cheap for the Goliaths. Alright, so Jazz Hands Cam. Let's figure out who's going to go first. Let's see. So I've got one guy who's primarily shooting, one guy who's like a mix. These two are technically like main shooting, and one guy who's like melee. And I'm a dummy and put the melee guy in the back. So let's move our bro here. Oh wow, these guys have really short movement. So we're just gonna move everybody up. Yeah, so let's move this guy up to this piece of cover here. Yeah, we're gonna move this guy up to this piece of cover here, and then he's gonna just take a pot shot at one of the zombos before they even get to do anything. Let's see what we got. Alright. So he is the guy with the bolt gun here. So in short range, he gets a +1 to hit. Zombo is not in short range. That would be within 12 there. He would get the +1. It's a strength 4 weapon, and he has a ballistic skill of 4+. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll a hit die and an ammo die. Dice. Oh no, this is dice cam. Dice cam. All right, so we did not hit, and we did not run out of ammo. So that was pointless. So that is the end of his turn. So now a Zombo gets to go. Zombos actually have better move than my big muscle dudes. So that's cool for the Zombos, I guess. Bing. Burp. And then he's gonna... he actually can't make that as a thing no matter how hard he tries. So he's just going to move up again. Like that. Alright. Now I'm going to... Are you within charging distance? No. That is annoying. Let's do the Ogren. He looks fun. Let's see what he does. Let's check what Mr. Ogren does. Well, that's my generic. That can go in the trash. Here it is. Alright. This is the Servitor Ogren. Let's see. He has a Storm Welder, which his ballistic skill fucking sucks though. So let's move him up because he definitely can't charge. So let's move him up. He gets 5-inch move. And then the Zombo will defos be within short range. Alright. Unstable, Shock, and Reckless. Weird. Okay. We'll look up what all those do after we shoot it. Alright, so he's going to get a +1 to his hit, so his ballistic skill is going to be a 4+. And he's actually rapid fire 3. Which means we're going to have to roll an extra dice on this thing. So I guess it just shoots out like crazy lightning, like all over the place, I guess. So, alright, so he hits. That's 6 shots. Because it's rapid fire, you count the pips. That is 8 shots. Alright. 8 shots out of that. Let's look up what the skills on this gun actually do. This is one of the fun things about Necromunda, is that, like, the guys don't have that many rules. So, like, if you were to play the same team, like, in, like, 3 games, you would know everything that your guys do. Like, and that's really cool, to be honest. It's way easier than, like 40K, where your guys have, like, a shit ton of individual little roles. These guys really don't. And that's pretty nice. Alright, so let's see. Blast, Blaze, Impale. Does it have knockback on it? No. It's got Shock and Reckless. Limited, Scarce, Rending, Impale. Shock. If a hit roll of Shock is a natural 6, the wound roll is considered to automatically succeed. Okay, so that didn't happen, so that doesn't matter. I don't see Reckless. What about Unstable? If the ammo is rolled on the firepower dice when taking one, there's a chance that the weapon will overheat in addition to rolling an ammo check. Roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, the weapon suffers a catastrophic overload and the attacker is taken out of action. The attack is still resolved against the target. Okay, so it can explode if it, like, super runs out of ammo. Alright, so that's good to know. But it didn't run out of ammo. It just did 8 attacks. Now we need to check for 8 wounds against the Zombo, who's going to basically become paste. Alright. This is the first 4 going out. Alright, so 2 6s, a 1 and a 3. Let's check the Zombo's strength. The Zombo's toughness is 4. The Zombo's toughness is 3. This weapon's strength is 5. So that means this 3 is also a hit. Alright, so that's 3 hits. Let's roll. How many more do we need to roll? 4 more? Alright, so we'll just remember we have 3. There we go. 5 hits. So our zombie here doesn't have any save. He doesn't have any armor on, so he's not going to get a save. He would only get a save if he's wearing some kind of armor. I believe that's how that works. But since he's taken 5 damage, he has to do 5 rolls. So let me step back and explain that a little better. This is a damage 1 weapon. Alright? So it's doing 1 damage. This zombie has 1 life. So every time he gets reduced to 0 wounds, he's going to roll one of these injury dice. So that basically means that each one of these is going to reduce him to 0 wounds. Like repeatedly. And this isn't like Kill Team where you basically discard all the extra dice. You roll everything. Which is really nice, because discarding dice in Kill Team it's fucking cancer. It's such a shitty mechanic. Whoever thought of it, really, I want to hit them in the balls with a fucking brick. It's just no fun to throw your dice away. So we are going to be rolling 5 dice, and we're going to see what he gets. Alright. So he's like super dead. Although he didn't roll a skull. So if he had got a skull on any of these dice, which is basically a 6, it would mean that he would just be flat out just dead, right? These are injury rolls, or these are serious injuries, which basically means your guy is like knocked out of combat. or not like, he's like taken out of the combat for that moment, not knocked out of combat, because that's one of those like keywords they use for bullshit. It basically means like he'd be knocked down and recovering from his wounds kind of thing. And then these are flesh wounds. Flesh wounds reduce your toughness. If you ever get reduced to 0 toughness, you're fucking dead. So he has 3 toughness. There's 3 flesh wounds there. So this zombie is just dead. Just flat out. Like, blah. He's gone. Even not even counting the serious injury. Just because this gun fired so many shots and so many of them hit. So he got, like, electrocuted, like, you know, God, what's the Emperor Palpatine style? Like, until he was a puddle of goo, basically. Alright, so now another Zombo gets to go. And we'll pick one and move him up. And then he can't charge because he already moved, so now he's just going to move up again. And I'm not worrying about putting the zombies in cover and stuff, because, like, thematically that doesn't make sense to me. Thematically it makes more sense that the zombies would just kind of, like, march forward. Alright, now it's my turn to move one of the muscle bros. So we're going to move Mr. Pistol and Spudjacker, because he might actually be able to get into melee. Let's find his rolls. Alright, he has a Spudjacker and a pistol and a move of 4. So he a charge in this game is move plus D3, so he actually can't get into melee. So he's just going to move up and shoot as well. So he's just going to move up. And he's going to put a shot into that zombie with his little stub gun. So the stub gun, he's going to get this zombie is within 6 inches, so he's going to get a +2 to his hit. He has a ballistic skill of 4. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll and hope for a 2+. Alright, so we got a 6, which is awesome. And we got 1 shot that went out, so it doesn't have to reload or anything like that. Plus this is a plentiful weapon, so basically you have tons of ammo for it anyway. Alright, so this is strength 3 versus toughness 3. So it's going to be wounding on 4s. Does not wound. He just puts a shot into the zombie and it just keeps on moving forward, and we're good. Alright, now another Zombo is going to get to go. Going to move him up. Boop. And one of my other guys is going to get to go. Let's move Mr. Meat Hammer, my main guy. Again, he only gets 4. God, these guys' movements suck. Let's move Mr. Meat Hammer just to get him sort of like out of the way. So Mr. Meat Hammer is going to move up over here. And he has a Flamethrower pistol. Ooh, Blaze and Template. I have never done either of these. This is excites. Alright, let's look them up. See what they do. Alright. Blaze. If an attack with the Blaze has been resolved, roll a 6 if the target is hit but not taken out of action. Subject to Blaze. So basically they get lit on fire. That's cool as shit. And then we have Template. Which I think is just, I use the fire template. Use the flame tack to determine how many targets are hit as described in page 42. Okay. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. So these templates, this one's for flamethrowers, pretty much, and then there's other ones for grenades and stuff. but we're going to use it to essentially see what's hit, because this gun isn't going to shoot normally. Alright, so we can hit that Zombo with that Flamethrower. So, let's check their rules again. Alright. I don't need to roll the hit because it's a Flamethrower. And is strength 3. So we're going to see if the Flamethrower wounds. It does wound. It is 1 damage. So let's roll our, because this guy has no save, let's roll for that. Alright, so he's down with a serious injury. Alright, and we're going to use these little exclamation tokens to show serious injuries. And now we're going to look at that blaze rule again, because it did other stuff. So, like, he shot his Flamethrower into this dude, and the zombie flailed around and fell down, basically. Alright. Blaze trade has been resolved. If it hits, roll a d6. On a 4, 5, 6, they become lit on fire. Ooh, not lit on fire. Lame. Alright, now we got another Zombo. He's just going to move up to his buddy. Like that. Okay. We're going to move our guy in the back up. He's just going to move twice. Because he's a melee guy, so he's just going to move twice so he can get up there and get in the fight. Coming up. Okay, so then the Zombos are going to get to go. We're going to say the Zombo wants to go this way, so they all don't clump up. I think that's more interesting. Alright, and then I have one person left. Let's see who I've got left. I have the lady with the forge. The Forgeborn. Alright, so she has a 5-inch move. She could potentially move up to this guy and shoot. So let's shoot her gun too. Let's see what it does. Oh, did I not pull her rules out? Ah, there we go. Alright, so her gun, wow, her gun is exactly the same as what the Ogren's carrying. That's really cool. Alright, so, yeah, exactly the same. Alright, so she's ballistic skill 5+. Plus our buddy is within range of being short distance, so she's going to be wounding on a 4+. That, and then I need, where's the other shooting die? There it is. 4+. Alright, she hits. That's 5 hits. 6 hits. She did not get that 6 for the super cool auto wound, unfortunately. Alright, so here's 5. Do I have a... There it is. Alright. 6 hits. Going into Mr. Zombo here. Alright, so it's 3. Oh no, her weapon's 5. Okay, so 5 versus 3 toughness. So the 3s are going to wound. 4 wounds for Mr. Zombie. Let's roll some dice for him. This is his injury dice going out. Serious wound. Flesh wound. Dead. Serious wound. That is the first time I have ever rolled a dead dice. Alright. So at the end of round 1, my guys have killed 2 of the 5 zombies. I'm adding more zombies now. So let me grab those. It's more zombie time. Yeah. So, these numbers don't particularly bode super well for my guys. Only killing 2 out of the 5 in one round. But we'll see how it keeps going. I guess this one's seriously injured. Alright, so we need to check his serious injury now. So let's look that up real quick so we can remember how to do that. Should be in the like defense, reaction attacks, determining dice. Alright, recovery tests. For each member of the gang that's seriously injured and still in the battlefield, trolling player makes a recovery test by rolling an injury dice. If the result is out of action, the fighter is removed from play. If it's all 0 to injure, they stay down. If it's a flesh wound, they get to stand up with a flesh wound. Alright, so basically, we're going to roll 1 dice. And we're going to see if Mr. Zombie succumbs to his wounds or if he stands back up. So he stands back up, so his down token goes away, and he just takes a flesh wound. Alright. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to roll off to see who goes first, because that's going to make some difference here. So we're going to, while we're fighting the zombos, we're just going to do a roll off for the fun of it. I'm going to be yellow, they're going to be black. Okay, 2 6s. What are the fucking odds of that? Alright, I get a 6, they get a 1, I get to go first. Okay, so my guy with the chainsaw axe here, he's going to charge into this zombo. So, that is his move plus a d3, which would be 2. That's more than enough to do that. Piece of dog hair on him. Let me pull that off. So he's going to charge in, and he's just going to get to make a standard attack once he gets there. Alright, so he has 2 attacks at strength 6. Okay, so 2 attacks. Weapon skill 3+, so they both hit. Strength 6 versus 3, so 2s and up will wound. How do I roll a 1 for that? That's terrible. Alright, so this is 2 damage, 1 AP. This guy doesn't have any armor, so it doesn't matter. But we're going to roll 2 injury dice, because the 1 damage is going to bring him to 0 again. And then the second one is going to bring him to 0 again as well. Wow. Double dead. Got to show that off. Look at that. Double dead. Alright. So he just got ground the fuck up. Alright. So then the zombos get to go. So let's go with this zombo here. He's going to charge. So his standard move is 5, so he's definitely going to make it. And then, oh, this guy would have got extra attack because of charging. I forgot about that. So the zombo is going to get 2 attacks hitting on 4s. Alright, 1 hits. That's strength 3 versus toughness 4, so it needs a 5 and above. Nope, does not wound. Does not wound. Alright, let's see, who's going to go next? I'm going to pick my boss here with the flamethrower, and he's going to shoot this guy. So he's going to turn to face, which is going to be 1 action, And then he's going to shoot Flaming McFlaming template, which is more than enough. Alright, so that's going to be 1 dice and 1 ammo dice. Oh wait, no, he doesn't even need to. It's just, we have to roll ammo dice. Alright, so he's going to be out of ammo, so we're going to have to reload it next round. Alright, so just Flamethrower, and that's toughness, strength. Alright, so that's strength 3 versus 3, so it's going to wound on a 4. It does not. The zombie just charges through the flames, does not give a shit. Alright, so let's actually do that zombie next. So he is within his standard movement, so he's going to charge. And we're not going to have to roll for it because he's going to make it either way. And then he's going to get to attack. 2 attacks. That one hits. Let's see if it wounds. It's going to wound on a 4. No, it's going to wound on a 5. Does not wound. Man, these guys being stronger than the Escher makes them much, much less damagey than the Escher is. Alright. Let's see. That zombie went. This guy went. That guy went. I want these guys to hold position. So we're going to move our Ogren up. So he's going to move up his... I believe he's got a 5 move. Yep, he's got a 5 move. So we're going to move him up. We could charge him in and nuke this thing, but I think I want to shoot people with his crazy gun arm. We could leave that guy with the chainsaw to handle that shit. Okay, and then these guys, they're at 9-inch range, which oh, are they at 9? Ah, they are. Damn it. He would have got a +1 to hit. Alright, maybe I want to reconsider that. Nah, screw it. Let's try to shoot things. That's fun. 1 dice, 2 dice. Do I only have 2 firepower dice? That's lame. Alright, 5+. Ooh, that's definitely not a... Alright. So it does nothing. He just shoots the wall, I guess. Good job, Mr. Ogren. You're a big help. Alright, now some zombos get to go. So we're just going to start moving them up. And they're going to get as close as they can to the nearest enemy without being within an inch. Alright. We're going to charge this guy here. So he's got to roll his dice because he's at 5 instead of 4. Then he would get 2 extra inches. So he could go like this. Alright. So he's going to get 1 extra attack because he charged. And then he's going to get 1 attack as well. So let's look at his rules for a sec. So he could technically take a shot, right, and it'd be about the same. However, regardless of whatever one hits, no, because he's within short range. So he's going to hit on a 2 with his pistol. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do 1 shot with the pistol and 1 shot with the Spudjacker because he's going to have 2 attacks because he gets an extra 1 for charging. So, the pistol's going to be yellow, Spudjacker's going to be black. And they're going to go into the zombie that he charged. Alright, so the pistol hits, as does the Spudjacker. We don't have to reload the pistol, it's not out of ammo. Let's see if they wound. Neither of them do shit. Good job, dude. It was a nice show. Alright, zombie time. Again, they can't charge yet, but they're going to move up and get as close as they can. Actually, you know what? We're gonna send this guy the long way. We're gonna go around town and put him over there. Okay. This guy's just gonna move over to try to fill the gap in a little there. And then he's going to put some shots into the zombie that's back here. So he's got a bolt gun. And it's rapid fire 1, right? Yeah, rapid fire 1. Alright, he hits for 3 shots. See if they wound. One of them wounds. So let's see what happens to our Mr. Zombo, because he doesn't get a save. He goes down for a serious injury. And because he didn't miss, we don't have to do any stray shot tests. So that's good as well. Okay, so then we get another Zombo that gets to move up. Again, they can't quite make the charge, so they're just going to stay an inch out. And the horde continues to approach. Okay, so the only person I have left that hasn't fought is this lady here with her spudjacker, or her electric gun. Shooting over here at the electric gun could be really bad, because it has a lot of shots that could all miss, and they could shock the living shit out of my own guys. So instead, what I'm going to have her do is I'm going to have her shoot the guy fighting the boss. That's 1 shot at rapid fire 3. He's within close range, so she's going to be hitting on 2s. So she's hitting on 4s. Alright, so she's going to hit on 4s. That's not a 4. So now, let's look up the rolls for stray shots. Because I now need to see if she actually hit my boss. To the roll book. Alright. Climbing, resolve. Improbable, misfires. Stray shots. If an attack with a ranged weapon misses, there's a chance it could hit any enemy fighter with 1 inch. If the attack misses, roll a d6 for each fighter. On a 1, 2, or 3, the fighter is hit by the attack. Whoa, wow, okay. That's way more punishing than I thought it would be. Okay, good. So that's a 6, so he's fine. Man, I thought it would be like on a 1 or something. I did not expect a 1, 2, 3 on that. Oof. Alright. Let's move some more Zombos up then. More Zombos be creeping. And again, they're out of charge range, unfortunately, since it's a double action. So they're just going to move up. They have more activations, so they're just going to move up. Alright. And then that's the end of turn 2. So we're going to spawn more zombies. Let me grab some. And you can see how this is escalating very quickly. 3. Crap. Oh man, I forgot to do reaction attacks. Damn it! I don't even know who would have got a reaction attack. Alright, we'll do reaction attacks from this point forward. Okay, this is the last round of zombies. We're going to spawn. I'm going to see if my guys can hold out till turn, let's say 6? Turn 6? This is turn 3 now. Alright, so we need to do a wound check on the zombie that's down. He gets up with a flesh wound. So that's going to reduce his toughness. But we have can you see this on the camera? It's like a mass of zombies right there. Alright. But we're keeping them out of the base. The base is clean of zombos. Which is good. They're coming in from the Necromunda wastes and encroaching on our turf. Fucking zombies, man. Alright. Let's roll off to see who goes first. I'm yellow, zombies are black. Ooh, zombies get to go first. Huh. Which zombie would want to go first? I'm going to assume the one fighting the leader would want to go first. Alright, so he's going to get 1 attack. And he's gonna hit. Let's see if he wounds. He's going to wound on a 5. Because it's 3, I believe. Right, it's 3. Yeah, 3 versus 4. He does not wound. Man, these guys are just shrugging off the hits from the zombies. Zombies are like this. My guys are like, nah. Alright, it's cool. Okay. So that's that. So now let's do some fighting. I'm wondering if the Ogren is actually better to try to get one more shot out with his gun than he is to start bopping dudes with his Bloodjacker. I think he probably is better to get one more shot out with his gun. So we're going to try to do that. So he's going to be a 4+ with his gun. We need lots of ammo dice. So 4+ with his gun. He's going to shoot this guy right in front of him. Oh, he's going to aim. Alright, so 3+ with his gun. Okay, so that's 3 shots. 4 shots. Okay, so when you get rapid fire shots like this, you can actually split them. So I'm going to put 2 into this guy and then 1 into each of the guys on the sides of him. That's what I'm going to do. So this is 5 versus 2, or 5 versus 3, so wounding on 3s. So this is the 2 shots. Black are the 2 shots for the guy in the middle. The 2 yellows are the other guys. Okay. So one of the yellows doesn't wound. The 2 black wound, and one of the yellows wounds. We'll say the yellow is this one. All right. So now we need to make 2. We need to make 3 injury dice. Alright, yellow guy is dead. The other guy is flesh wounded and down. Blah. So he got melted into goop from the, like, you know, Palpatine, like, electricity gun. Just melted a zombie into goo. To be totally honest, could you imagine what that would smell like? These things are like horrible rot irradiation zombies. Like, imagine them like cooking with electricity. That's just disgusting. It would be like burnt hair times 1,000. Alright, so he's gone. Now we get a zombie that gets to go. We'll pick this guy here. He's going to charge in. So 2 attacks into that ganger. 2 attacks into the ganger. 1 hits. Does not wound. Man, my guys are holding strong. Strong like Goliath, apparently. Alright, so, let's go with Meat Hammer next. Let's go with Meat Hammer because I haven't gotten to hit anything with that damn hammer yet, and the hammer looks like fun. So, Meat Hammer has 3 attacks with a weapon skill of 3. He's just going to hit the zombie that he's in combat with. Are you for real, though? For real? Motherfucker. Alright, well, my 3 2s do nothing. Okay, well, I guess he's going to try to reload his gun then, and he's going to do that as an action. So we're going to roll an ammo dice, and he reloads his gun. Oh wait, no, that's not how you do it. You roll it on a d6, and it's the value on the sheet. All right, so in 5+, he reloads his gun. He doesn't reload his gun. Good job, Meat Hammer. You accomplished nothing. Okay. Now another zombie gets to go. Let's see. This guy's knocked down. Let's charge with this guy here into the Ogren. Oh, I haven't been doing the reaction attacks. Alright, let's do the reaction attacks, because I remember which ones they are, because I screwed them up. Okay, so when you're attacked, let's double check the rolls on this, so I have it right. Secondary, measuring distance, blah, 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 concussion, recovery, group activation. Oh, I haven't been doing group activations either. I'll do those next time. Broken fighters, climbing, stepping up, falling railings, partial cover, target priority, stray shots, close combat, unarmed attacks, blah 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 blah, assists. Let's check the thing with assists. Fighter makes a close combat attack. They can claim an assist for each other friendly fighter that's engaged with the target. Oh, it adds one to the hit roll. Interesting. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Alright. Inflict damage, nerve tests, falling. This is a nice rule book, but you need to read everything to understand what the hell any of it means, which is kind of annoying. Like, you think their reaction attacks would be in this thing about fighting. Alright, vision arc, pinned, serious, injured. So I'm pretty sure it just means if you get attacked, you can attack back. We're going to give it one more go through, and if we can't find it, we're just going to say you can attack back, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Reaction attacks. If there are still enemies that are standing and engaged with the attacker, reaction attacks following steps 1 through 6. Okay, cool. Alright, so basically you just get a free attack. Okay, so this guy with the Spudjacker was attacked, so he would get to attack back. So he's got one attack with the Spudjacker hitting on a 4+. He doesn't hit, so it doesn't matter. Let's see, who, and then this guy back here would get to try to hit my boss as well. Which he doesn't, so it doesn't matter. Okay, but at least now we know to do them, which is good. Okay, so I believe it's a zombie time, and this guy charged in to the Ogren, right? Yeah, this guy's charging into the Ogren. So he's going to get 2 attacks. Neither of them do anything. The Ogren's going to get 3 attacks, I think. The Ogren's going to get 2 attacks. Going back is his reaction attack. One of them hits. Yep, one of them hits. Let's see if it wounds. It wounds. Did this zombie make a bad choice in life? Yes, he did, because he goes down with a serious injury. Because the Ogren bonks him on the head. The Ogren is like the only person on my team that's doing work. Alright. So this zombie is going to attack into the dude with the Spudjacker. It hits. See if it wounds. Does not wound. Spudjacker guy is going to attack back. Doesn't do shit. Alright. Let's resolve all the combat and stuff, and then we'll move all the zombies up. That makes the most sense to me. So, one attack going into my boss. Hits. Does not wound. Alright. So then, I've got these two here still. These two here, they still haven't activated, and this guy hasn't activated either. Alright. Let's keep going with the melee train since we're doing that. We'll just keep rocking the melee train. Renderizer axe. 2 attacks. 2 attacks into the zombie right in front of him on a 3+. Both hit. Alright, let's look up Pulverizer. See what that does. Because I just rolled 6s. I'm betting it's something with 6s. Tangle, knockback, power, rending. Pulverize. Injury roll for attack. If the attacking player can roll a d6. If the result is equal to or higher than the target's toughness, or a natural 6, change 1 injury dice from a flesh wound to a serious injury result. It's kind of neat, I guess. Not super useful, but it doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't injure. The zombie has a very thick hide, apparently. Alright, so that's it for my melee attacks. The zombie gets to attack back. Doesn't do jack shit. Alright, so that's it for my melee attacks. Let's start moving some zombos. Blurp, like that. They're coming out of the walls, man! Alright, let's do some shooting. We're gonna shoot with the bolt gun. I need to get these guys out of, like, because they're blocked by the melee, but I don't have a choice. Alright, he's gonna shoot with his bolt gun into that zombo back there. No. Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's going to shoot with his bolt gun. He's going to aim and then shoot. So it's going to be 1 shot and a rapid fire dice hitting on 3s. Wait, what's the range on the bolt gun? Does he get a +1 for short distance? It's within 12. Yes, he's easily within 12. Alright, so he's actually going to be hitting on 2s. That's really handy. Alright, so he rolls a 5, rolls 1 shot. See if it wounds. It's 4 versus 3. It wounds. Let's see what our zombie buddy does. Our zombie buddy takes a flesh wound. So he's putting shots into him. He's like, bop, 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 bop. And just blowing chunks off the zombie, and the zombie just keeps on keeping on. Ain't stopping the zombie train, apparently. Alright, so let's move some more up. I'm going to put another guy this way, because I think that's going to royally screw me. So we're going to do that. Yeah, well, actually, we'll put another one that way as well. Wait, no. Now I get to go with the electric gun girl. Electric gun girl, she's going to... Is her weapon unwieldy? Did I screw that up? No, it's not. Nice. It's unstable, which means it could explode, but it's not unwieldy. Alright, so she's going to shoot our zombie buddy there. He's easily within her range. So she's going to aim and then shoot the zombie, so she's going to be hitting on a 3. So 3 and 3 rapid fire dice. Alright, so she hits 4 shots. 6 shots, so we'll put 3 and 3 into each one of these zombies. because they are within an inch of each other, so they can count. Alright, let's see if these wound. They are toughness 5 versus 3, so wounding on 3s. 1 into the black zombie. Alright, all 3 of those wound. Okay. Man, that gun is either phenomenal or terrible. I love it. Okay, there we go. Yellow zombie's turbo dead, and black zombie is flesh wounded and knocked down. Goodbye, yellow zombie. You are mega dead. So now the rest of the zombies are just going to move up. And I will say at the start of turn 4, which is where we are right now, my guys have just killed enough zombies from 1 turn. Hey, yo, what you doing? Oh, you were the best. Thank you. Surprise coffee from my husband. Fancy coffee, too. All right. Ooh, it's so good. Oh, and a cake pop. What is this? Oh, and oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Oh, ah. Husband can be the best, man. These things are ludicrously expensive, but they're so fucking good. Alright, let's move some zombos up. Oh my God. And it's a very nice surprise. We're just going to chain move these zombies up, because I'm out of activations. Alright. You know what? It's still horde mode. And we set a defined end, right? My gang needs to keep the zombies out of here for turn 6. So fuck it. We're going to spawn some more zombies. Oh, God, it's so good. Let's spawn some more zombies. Alright. 5 more zombos coming in. There's apparently a massive swarm of zombies coming in from the wastes of Necromunda. So good. Alright. We have 3 guys that were seriously injured. 3 zombies that were seriously injured. We need to see if they're alive or not. So, the Pestigore over here, he stands back up with a flesh wound. The green zombie right here, he stays down. And the big fat zombie, he stands back up with a flesh wound. I had double flesh wound markers. Where the hell did they go? I thought I did. Or are they just on the back of these markers? No, it's an eye. Oh well. I don't know where the double flesh wound markers are. Oh, so nice. Such a good husband. Sometimes. Oh. Alrighty. Going into turn 4. My guys only have to hold out for 2 more. I'm yellow dice. Zombies are black dice. 2 1s. What are the fucking odds? Alright, so zombies get to go first. Let's do Mr. Pestigore first, because he's fighting the boss. That seems to make the most sense to me. So 1 attack, hitting on 4s. Hits. 1 attack, wounding on 5s. Does not wound. Alright, so my boss gets to hit him back. 3, is it 3 or 2 attacks? With Meat Hammer. Meat Hammer! 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Alright, all hit. Wounding on... Let's see, it's 5 versus 3, so wounding on 3s. All wound. So this guy's super dead, but let's roll the dice anyway, just for the fun of it. Because he just got mega bonked on the head. And I rolled 2 dead dice. He is like super turbo bonked on the head. You really shouldn't have fought my dude, guy. Alright. Good job for actually doing your job. Their Meat Hammer, unlike last turn. And the turn before that where you ran out of ammo like a dickhead. Alright. Now I get to go. So what I'm going to do... How does piling in work in this game? Is there piling in? I have guys within an inch. Let's double check to see if there's... Because if there's piling in, what I can do is I can step on this one zombie's fucking head. Yeah, how do you consolidate? Let's see. If all enemy fighters engage with... Okay, you can only do it if you're already fighting. Alright. Okay, so what I'm gonna do instead, my ogre in here is gonna step on the zombie's fucking head and just kill him. He's gonna do a coup de grace basic action and just be like big boot this guy. And just get him off the board so we can try to reduce some numbers. Now my ogre is not technically in combat anymore. Which means that he can shoot his big fucking gun. So he's going to do that. So that works out actually better than having him consolidate to fight someone else. So he's going to choose to shoot this guy here in the gray jumpsuit. So that's going to be a 5 ballistic skill plus 1 because of the range. Alright, so he's going to go out of ammo. But I have 3 attacks going out. Does this mean 1 attack? And does this mean 1 shot goes through and it's out of ammo? Is that what that means? There's nothing on the firepower dice, but it didn't add any clarity there. I swore there was a thing where it like showed the dice on the side and talked about what each side was. Yeah, there it is. normal. If the weapon being fired is a rapid fire trait, the number of bullet holes indicates the number of shots being made. Okay, so it does add an extra shot. Alright, so we've got 4 shots then going out from his gun before it runs out of ammo. Let's see if it explodes on his shoulder, because that would suck. I think it only explodes on a 1, but we're gonna double check that. We're gonna look up unstable again. It was like at the end. Oh man, that sucks. Alright, so it's actually a 1, 2, or 3 it overheats on. So, my Ogren is unfortunately going to explode and go out of action. Because his gun's going to overheat, which is lame. Wait, is it the weapon goes out of action or the attacker goes out of action? Okay. The attack is still resolved, though. Man, that's kind of lame. That's super dangerous, then. Okay. So, we have 4 attacks. So, we're going to put 2 into the big zombie and 2 into each of the little zombies. No, we're just going to put 2 into each of these little zombies, because he already has 2 flesh wounds. We'll put 2 into this guy, 1 into each of those. Alright, for the big guy, doesn't hit. Little guy, doesn't wound. 1 goes through. Man, that does not feel like a good trade-off. And he takes a serious injury. I guess that's not too bad. But man, pouring out for the homies. Goodbye to our buddy the Ogren, who killed himself with his gun arm. All right. Okay. So now the zombies get to attack. Let's attack with this guy into the pulverizer here. So 1 attack. Doesn't wound or anything. Pulverizer gets to hit back. 1 wounds. Pulverizer, or 1 hits. It wounds for, I believe, 2 damage. Yep. 2 serious injuries. So he is seriously injured. Technically, that's the only guy that this guy's in combat with. But I cannot coup de grace someone on a reaction attack. But it will be good to know for the next combat. Okay. Now the rest of the zombies get to go. Plague Bearer dude here. 1 attack going into the guy with the Spudjacker. It doesn't do shit. Guy with the Spudjacker. Hits. Does not wound, right? Hold on, let's check the strength of the Spudjacker. Strength +1, so it actually does wound because it's a strength 5. Okay. And he apparently also got bonked on the head. Alright, my guys aren't doing terrible now. They're not doing terrible now. That's good. Okay, so this guy is there. Now I get to go with a guy. I'm going to take my dude here with the Spudjacker, and he's going to get to do his free, or not free, his simple action coup de grace to smash that zombie's head in. Smash! Like a busted melon. And then he's going to put a shot into the guy with the fancy helmet with his pistol. So, 1 shot plus a firepower dice. It does not hit, and he goes out of ammo. Because he's a fucking dork, apparently. Jesus. Alright, well, rip your gun, I guess, dickhead. So now some zombies are going to get to go. Let's go with the rest of the guys that are close to combat, and then we'll do all these moves. Because it makes more sense to do the closer guys, I think. And this guy's... Actually, that guy could technically make a charge, so they're going to try to charge when their turn comes. Alright, so this guy's going to charge into the guy with the Spudjacker. Of course, he's going to make it. 2 attacks. Neither of them do jack shit. Guy with the Spudjacker is going to hit back and do jack shit. Let's see. I wish my boss's stupid flamethrower hadn't run out of ammo, because he could just go and light both these guys back here on fire, and that would be super great. But his stupid flamethrower is out of ammo. Can he make a charge over there? No. Alright. That sucks. So I've only got these 3 guys here, because my Ogren exploded. So this guy here with the bolter, he's going to put a shot into this guy. So he's going to aim and then shoot. 1 rapid fire shot. 1 hit. Does it wound? It wounds. So 1 hit. Let's see. Does he snipe this Zombo? He just blows a chunk off him. He's pretty good at queuing up flesh wounds, actually. Alright. Now Zombo's good to go. This Zombo's going to charge in. The guy with the pulverizer. 2 attacks from this Zombo. 1 of them hits. Let's see if it wounds. It actually does wound. Alright, does my guy shrug it on a 5-up? He does. Yay, the furnace plates came in handy. That's the first time I've gotten to actually do an armor roll, because in the last game I didn't give any of my Eschers any armor because I'm a dummy and I didn't realize how it worked. But now I did, and I actually got to do an armor roll and it actually did something. And now my dude's going to hit back with his pulverizer and do nothing. Just bounces off this zombie's girth. Alrighty. I do want to do something about the zombies over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this little lady with her shooty gun. And we're going to shoot them suckers. So she is ballistic skill 5+. But it is okay, because she's going to have a +1 because of her rage. Alright, so it hits on a 6. And it hits 3 times. That kind of sucks, considering it could do 9 hits. Alright, and we're going to put 2 into the guy in the front and 1 into the guy in the coat. I should have rolled this separately, but I didn't. Alright, so we'll say these go in the guy in the front, and we'll say this goes into the other guy. So 1 each. Alright, so the guy in the front, first off, takes a flesh wound. The guy in the back also takes a flesh wound. So she's just lightly zapping them. And they're just cooking a little bit. They still smell even worse, I'm sure. Alright. So that leaves my boss left. So let's charge in with this Zombo. He's going to charge in here and hit the guy with the pulverizer. Oh wait, no, this Zombo's seriously injured. He can't do shit. This Zombo's going to charge in here. And he's going to hit the guy with the pulverizer. 2 attacks. Neither of them hit. Guy with the pulverizer is hitting him back. 1 hits. Does it wound? It wounds. For a flesh wound. Oh, there's a multi-flesh wound token. Weird. Alright. It hits for a flesh wound. Okay, so now I only have my boss left. My boss can technically make that charge. It's a 6-inch charge. He's going to try to do it. So he's 4. I need a 2 on this 3+. Which I get. Alright, so he's going to hit them with his hammer. Good old meat hammer. So he's going to be 4 attacks going into this guy with his hammer because he can't shoot his pistol because it ran out of ammo. He did get to shoot it one time though. Alright, so these 2 hit. See if they wound. They both wound. So does this dude just get stomped into the fucking ground? He gets another flesh wound and he goes down. So, pretty good. That is technically the only guy in combat. So, Meat Hammer is just gonna step on his head and smash him. And get him out of the board. I will say the coup de grace thing is actually kind of nice. For this kind of like multi-wound game. Because it was always really frustrating playing Kill Team. And it's like, oh, the Gene Stealer knocked the guardsman down. And it's a flesh wound. And it's like, okay. The Gene Stealer should be able to just like eat his throat out now. But apparently that's not how that works. Alright, so that's my whole team spent. Unfortunately, we lost the Ogren. And now all of the zombos get to move up. Right, and we are moving into turn 5. Alright. And now let's do end of turn. So we have one guy who's seriously wounded. Let's see what happens to him. He takes a flesh wound and stands back up. I'm going to take your 2 flesh wound tokens. Just give him one of those. Go. Alright. Now my guys are kind of super screwed. They're so screwed now. But turn 5, we need more zombies. I do want to keep a running tally of how many zombies my guys have killed, so I'm not gonna reuse zombies. I have a lot of poxwalkers. Turn 5, more zombos. And I think we won't spawn anymore on turn 6 because they won't actually be able to get into combat before the turn is up. So they won't matter. There we go. Turn 5. Zombie time! Oh! These guys will be able to get into combat in turn 6 though, so. Alright, my guys have to hold out. They have to hold the safe zone for 2 more turns. Let's see if they can do it. Okay. Who goes first? Me or the zombies? I'm yellow, they're black. Zombies go first. I think the ones in combat should go first. So, red zombie, 1 attack into guy with the pulverizer. Doesn't do anything. Guy with the pulverizer, hitting him back. Hits twice, doesn't wound. 3+. Wounds twice. Ooh, what's a power weapon do? Does a power weapon do something on a 6+? On a 6 wound? Let's check. Not helpful. Oh no, he's rending or something, right? What the hell is the stupid renderizer? The renderizer is pulverize. I swear it was something on a 6. Power is the guy's hammer over there. Pulverize. Okay, I can change one injury dice into a serious wound if I want to. I would rather have it be a flesh wound, though, because he already has 2 and he only needs 1 more to die. But unfortunately, he just goes down. That kind of sucks. I would have much rather just had him have a flesh wound. Alright, so now it's my turn. I'm going to attack the big guy with the chainsaw here. Am I, or do I want to charge with my boss over in the corner? Choices. Yeah, we're going to attack with the guy over here, with the renderizer. So 2 attacks into the big guy. Neither of which hit. And then he's going to make a simple action, and he's going to coup de grace this guy. Just smash his head into the ground. Just to get him off the board. Because I want to move some more zombies for shooting's sake. Alright, now zombie time. The guy in his fancy helmet's going to hit the guy with the spudjacker. 1 attack. It hits. Does it wound? Does not wound. Spudjacker's going to hit him back. It's going to hit. It's going to wound. What happens to that zombie? He takes us seriously injured from being bonked on the head with a big wrench. Alright. Bolt gun guy here. He's going to aim and shoot at this zombie. So should be hitting on a... within 12. Yep, so he's going to be hitting on a 2. He hits, but goes out of ammo. So we'll have to remember that he's out of ammo. Let's see if it wounds. It wounds. What happens to that zombie? Serious injured. Man, serious injured for everybody. Can I get some of them sweet skulls up in here? Well, that means at least that guy can't charge now. His turn is done pretty much. Okay, so now zombie turns. I don't have any more in combat, so now we're going to start putting some into combat. So this guy is going to charge this guy. He's clearly within range. So 2 attacks on the charge. Both hit. Do they wound? Neither of which wounds. Spudjacker's going to hit him back and do nothing. Alright. Alright, I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to abandon my boss. So she's coming down here to shoot at these guys. Specifically the guy with the horn. So hitting on 4s. Alright, so she wounds. Or she hits for 6 shots. Alright, so we'll spread those around and we'll put 2 in each guy. So 2 for the guy in front who's knocked down. 1 wounds him. 2 for the guy next to him. 1 wounds him. 2 for the guy in the back. It's 5 versus 3. Okay, so nothing there. So 1 and 1, so they each have to make an injury roll. Let's do it. Serious injured and dead. He's already serious injured, so it doesn't matter. And then dead. Man, you know what? I have to say, my guys are holding really well against the zombie horde. They've only got 2 more turns to hold on, man. And they've done it. They've pushed back the zombos. Alright. That's her done. This guy still gets to go, and this guy still gets to go, but the zombies get to go first. So this guy's going to charge in to my boss. 2 attacks on my boss. 1 hits. Does it wound? No, it does not. My boss is going to hit him back. 3 attacks with the big hammer. They all hit. Do they wound? 2 of them wound. Alright, because the hammer is... No, only... Yeah, 2 of them wound. Yeah, okay. Because it's strength plus 1, his strength is 5, his strength is 4 plus 3, yeah. Okay, so the 2 doesn't wound, but the rest wound. Alright, so 2 wounds. Let's see what happens to that zombo. Super dead. Double skulls. Alright. I've known nobody to have games of Necromunda or 40k, collecting dust and busted up. You know, it's funny you should say that, because I like playing these little skirmish games, right? They're fun for me, and you know, once my guys are all painted, I'm going to be running campaign by myself. And you know, I know people that play 40k, I know people play AOS, and I play those games with them. I just had a massive, awesome, super fun game of AOS last night. But, you know, nobody really wants to play this, right? But I do, right? I want to make little gangs. I want to tell little stories. I want to have a little campaign all to myself. You know, I want to learn this game. I want to have fun with it. And I can't really let the fact that other people don't want to get in the way of me having fun. You know, like, yeah, I'm streaming this, but that's just so I have, you know, potentially someone to talk to while I sit here and play. You know, because I could just easily be doing this in the evenings by myself, you know what I mean, or with my dog, or, you know, and just having fun, telling little stories. You know, there's really no difference from playing like this to like playing a video game. You know, you log in and get a round of Call of Duty or whatever, right? Like, it's exactly the same kind of thing, right? You're having an experience to have fun, you know, and it seems kind of dorky and kind of forever alone to be playing with toys and your, you know, in your kitchen or whatever by yourself. But you know, that's dumb, right? Like, you can't wait for other people to enjoy things, right? You have to be able to enjoy them by yourself and have fun with it. So, you know, that's why I started to do this, right? Because I was like, I want to get into this. And I want it to have fun with it. I want it to be fun. Stuff like that. So, hence why I'm playing by myself. And thankfully, Necromunda has rules to do that. So does AOS. 40k is a little harder to play by yourself, but you can do it. You know, Warcry has an entire book that has a whole solo roles thing in the back. It's called Wild Fighters. It's in the Tome of Champions 2021, I think. The one that came out this year. Or the end of last year. Yeah, it's in the Tome of Champions. It's a whole thing to play by yourself called Wild Fighters. And it's a way to just automate the enemy gang. They put out a thing called... For Necromunda, they put out a thing called Hunt for the Ambot. And it's the logic I'm using for the zombies here. You know, it's really simple logic tree, right? It's like 3 or 4 decisions. I already have it memorized. That's why I'm not talking about it or showing it on screen. But it's called Hunt for the Ambot. You can look it up. It's free on Warhammer Community. But, you know, because I don't have any other people who want to do this, is one of the reasons I'm doing it by myself, right? Like, I want to have these experiences. I want to play with these toys. I want to have fun with it, you know, and I'm not going to let the fact that somebody else isn't there to enjoy it to keep me from enjoying it. You know, and it's one of the reasons I'm streaming it, right? Because normally I stream painting. But I was really enjoying when I was playing Warcry by myself. I was like, you know what? I wanna learn Necromunda, so I'm gonna do that. You know, and next time we're gonna play a whole campaign. We're gonna have lasting injuries and stuff. This ogre that died, right? Like, he might have all kinds of injuries and stuff, you know, when in the campaign. And it's just fun, you know? Anyway, back to our game. Let's see. We have... It's my turn. That Zombo just got flattened. So my boss is going to charge this Zombo. That's going to give him 4 attacks. Wow, that's horrible. Okay. 2 of them hit. 1 of them wounds. That's, I believe, 2 damage on the hammer. Yep. So, 2 wound dice on that Zombo. Serious injury and flesh wound. So he does not get to make a reaction attack because he's serious injured. However, because he's serious injured and the only person in combat, my boss is just going to go and squish his head. And we're going to get him off the board as well. So, free coup de grace from combat. Alright, so that corner is cleaned up, which is good. So now my boss can get down in here and do this. You're seriously injured. You are not. So you're going to try to charge in. However, your charge... We're going to have to roll for your charge. No, that's within 5. So you're gonna hit the pulverizer guy there. 2 attacks on the charge going out. 1 hits. Does it wound? Does not wound. Pulverizer hitting back. 2 attacks. 1 hits. It wounds. 1 damage. Flesh wound. Okay. This guy's going to get to charge. He has to make a really long charge. So he's going to try to charge the guy with the bolter. So D3. Oh, and 2. Does he make it? He does. He makes it to charge the guy with the bolter. 2 attacks. 1 hits. Does not wound. The guy with the bolter is going to just hit back. It hits. It wounds. 1 damage. Serious injured. Wow. Okay. Did not expect the guy with the bolter just to be like and hit him with like the butt of the gun, but hey, sure, why not? Is not what I expected to happen to my gun line, but hey. Alright, so that's all my guys. So now we're going to move them zombies on up. Hello. 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 I'm going to put a lot that side. So we're getting a little crowded. And technically they should go for the closest target, which is actually the boss over there. So, okay, so we need to resolve some serious injuries. So, guy with the fancy helmet, still serious injured. Guy that charged the gun line, still serious injured. Guy in the orange pants, flesh wound. Alright, so how is this going? So, the gun line's okay. My 2 melee bros in the middle right here, they're having trubs without the Ogren, because when the Ogren died and blew himself up, it opened up this like this flank here for more zombies to like pour in. So there was like a hole in the line because they were really close to each other. They weren't like super spread out because the Ogren was there. Because the Ogren was the last guy I was expected to die. But apparently you can blow yourself up, so that's a thing. And then my boss is getting hit with 3 zombies, which I think he's going to have no trouble with. He would be able to just light them all on fire if his fucking gun hadn't ran out of ammo, but apparently whatever. Alright. So, let's do a roll-off. This is turn 6. This is our final round. If my guys can hold the zombies back and still stay in the battle, they will be good. The zombies get to go first. Okay, so I guess we should do some that are in combat. So we'll start at the top of combat here. We'll swap back to this camera so it's a little bit easier to see. Or is it easier to see from this camera? We'll do this camera. We'll start with the guy in the brown coat there. So he's got one attack. Going into the guy with the spudjacker. Does nothing. Guy with the spudjacker gets a reaction attack. It hits. Does not wound. Alright. Alright, now we gotta figure out who gets to go next. Alright, so I'm actually gonna go with the guy with the bolter. He's gonna coup de grace this down zombo. Just to free him up for some shooting. And then he's gonna shoot this zombie here in the back. He's gonna shoot this zombie here in the back. So that's 12 shots, so he's going to get a +1 to his strength. Or +1 to his hit. And he hits for 2 hits. Because rapid fire. Neither of which wound. Lame. Okay. Now it's zombie time. Guy... Nope, you're still seriously wounded. Alright, so... big guy with the double swords. 1 hit. Hits. Does it wound? Going into the pulverizer. It wounds. Does the pulverizer save it? On a 5-up? He does. Wow. Man, I rolled 3 5s in a row. What are the odds of that? Alright. Pulverizer hitting back. Nothing. Because is he weapon skill 3 or is he weapon skill... Oh, he's weapon skill 3. Okay, 1 hits. And it wounds. Nice. Flesh wound. Alright, so we're just going to remove that guy from play because enough of his chunks have been torn out that he just falls apart. Alright, now it is my turn to go. We'll go with the pulverizer guy. Why not? 2 attacks going into this guy here with the helmet. Does nothing. The guy with the helmet hitting him back. Does nothing. So that was a waste of a time. Alright, back to the zombies. This guy's going to charge into the guy with the pulverizer. They just keep hitting that meat wall, man. Just keep hitting the meat wall. 1 hits. Does not wound on a 1. Alright, pulverizer hitting back. 1 hits. 1 wounds. Seriously injured. Alright. Alright. Lady with the electric gun. She is going to aim and shoot the zombie. Hitting on 3s because of 1 because of distance and then 1 because of aiming. So she hits. She goes out of ammo. So that's 3 shots. 5 total shots. Does she explode? Please don't explode. Oh, wait, no. Does this... Wait, so she goes out of ammo. Now I make an ammo check to see if it reloads. So that's a 3 up. This is what I screwed up for the Ogren. That's the wrong dice for that. Alright, so she reloads it and it's fine. Okay, 5 shots going into this guy. He's so fucking super dead. He's just melted like Palpatine again. Alright, so bing. Bing, 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 bing. 4 hits, 4 injury dice. 3 flesh wounds and a serious wound. He already has a flesh wound on him anyway, so he's literally just melted into the floor. It's a shame she couldn't like spread her shots a little more, but it's all good. She made sure the line held, and that's all that matters. Alright, now this zombie's going to charge my guy back there. Is this a 6? See if it's a 6. Oh, he made it. He's charging bolt gun guy. 2 attacks. Both hit. 1 wounds. Does my guy save it on a 5-up? He does. Man, what is this? This is good. Alright, he's going to hit him back with the butt of his gun and do jack shit. Alright, so that means it's my turn. So my boss is going to charge into the zombies. It's more than enough. So it's going to give him 4 attacks with his hammer. I'm going to put 2 into each of the zombies right there. So that's that. Let's see if they wound. Wow, only 1 wounds. That's weak. Alright, so that zombie is seriously injured. However, I cannot coup de grace him because I'm in combat with more than one guy. Because I expected him just to be like, wah, and spin his hammer and kill everything, but he apparently just hit himself in the dick instead. Alright, so the only guy I have left is the Spudjacker guy. The zombies have a lot of guys left. So we're going to do this guy charging into the lady with the electric gun. Yeah, that's enough. 2 attacks going into the lady with the electric gun. Let's see what we got. Neither of which hit, so it doesn't matter. Alright, lady with the electric gun is going to hit him back with the butt of her gun. Wow, it hits. Does not wound. Alright, zombies up here. The one on the top is going to hit. He's going to wound. Does my boss save it on a 5-up? He does not. Alright. How many wounds does Meathammer have? Alright, so Meathammer has 2 wounds. So we're going to mark that he is down 1 wound. Alright, Meathammer's going to hit him back. There's a 6 in there. And then 2 3s. So alright. And it's a flesh wound. Okay, this guy's seriously injured. This guy's going to try to charge. He's going to charge up and around. Hit Meathammer. 2 attacks. 1 hits. Does not wound. Meathammer's going to hit him back. 3 attacks. Nope. Alright. So that is the end of turn 6. That is the end of turn 6. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to resolve the downed guys. So the downed guy at the top stays down. Down guy at the middle stays down. Down guy below that stays down. Alright. And that's where we are at turn 6. So my guys have officially held this spot. They have kept the zombies out, which is good. Are they in a rough spot now? You know, honestly, it's hard to say, right? Because they've killed 5, 10, 15. They've killed 17 zombies and haven't actually lost anybody. Which, if I'm being super honest, is actually really good, like, zombie to character horde numbers. I think that's really good. The only guy they lost is the guy who blew himself up because I screwed up how his gun worked. because I gypped myself out of a roll basically there. Because really I shouldn't have done the explodey roll unless I checked to see if he didn't auto reload it. And if this was the roll, it would have been 2, so he would have exploded. So that would have been fair. But that's the only guy I actually lost. These guys here, they're gonna have a little bit of trouble killing those zombies. So it might be a thing where I have the pulverizer auto gib this zombie, and then I don't know, because then he wouldn't be able to charge anything. So it might take a couple of rounds to get back there. As long as these guys didn't roll super bad and die, though, they could probably hold this indefinitely. My boss situation up here is a little hinky. He might not get out of that because he charged in against those 3 guys and just rolled so poorly. If his initial roll there had been way better, he would have given those zombies way easier. Also, him running out of ammo on his flamethrower is a pain in the ass, because I was really hoping to rely on that template weapon, and I only got to shoot it 2 times. The one time it basically did nothing, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, my guys should be able to clean this up really easy. But I'm going to call it there because I said 6 rounds, and we did 6 rounds. So that was about an hour and a half of me just going through an infinite number of zombies. This game would have been way faster if I hadn't spawned... How many zombies did I spawn? 25 zombies? It would have been way faster if I hadn't spawned 25 zombies. It's never going to be a situation where you fight an enemy gang that has 25 members in it, unless you're doing something silly like this. But yeah, definitely awesome. I will say the star of the shows were the electric lightning guns, because they zapped through a lot of people. Because they could get up to 9 hits a pop, and that was great. So they burned the shit out some dudes, that's for sure. And pour it out for my poor homie who blew himself up because he's a derp. But besides that, this was pretty good. A lot of fun. Necromunda is very fun, especially to play by yourself. And I think I've got enough of the rules down now that, I only had to check the rulebook a couple times this time when weird things came out. So next time we will start our campaign. So I'm probably going to start it with Meat Hammer here. Maybe change his gang up a little bit, swap a couple different people in, maybe keep him as is. I kind of like this crew. I kind of like the idea of the guys that go forward and then the gun line that shoots in the back. I like that a lot. I think that's kind of fun, a fun concept. Maybe I'll give him a stimmer instead of the ogre and something like that. We'll see though. But yeah, so that was my second intro game. I think I have enough down to really do a campaign. So I'll get these guys painted up for next week on Sunday, and we'll do a full campaign. Not a full campaign on Sunday, but we'll start playing a campaign. And I think maybe, I don't know, what is going to be this guy's story, right? They're going to be kind of 4G, very industrial looking, and they're orange, and they're going to get some hazard stripes and stuff, and a lot of rust on their gear. I think maybe these guys are runaways from a forge or something, or they broke off on their own. Maybe they need to go clear out a gang hideout, right? Maybe it's filled with these zombie shitheads. Maybe they need to go clear it out and hold it. And then maybe go scavenging for supplies or something, right? Maybe they're not an established gang. Maybe they're a new one. And they need to claim their first bit of territory to do that. It might be pretty fun. And then as I finish up the other gangs, we'll introduce them as enemies, like Eschers and Orlocks. And on Monday, I'm getting some of the police guys, because I'll be getting the other starter box. So we'll have some crazy flesh cannibals and some police as well, so that'll be pretty cool. So we'll get to make a whole little story out of it, and come up with a fun little narrative for Meat Hammer here. And if Meat Hammer dies, maybe we'll have another champion or another captain take over or something like that. And it should just be a good bit of fun, you know? Maybe if we get tired of playing these guys, we'll swap to another gang. Halfway through, we'll be like, screw it, we're cannibals now. Or, you know, hey, the Orlocks they're the bomb, we're going to play them instead. But, yeah, I think we'll go on a journey with Meat Hammer and his boys here. And girls, because there's a girl in there as well. Meat Hammer and his equal opportunity meatheads. And yeah, it'll be fun. We'll do the whole campaign thing. It'll be cool. We'll try to come up with a little narrative of it and some characters and stuff. And it should be a good time. Or everyone will die in game one. We'll see. We'll play an easy game for the game one though. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching. This was a lot of fun. I was super looking forward to this all week, to be honest. Getting to play with my little Necromunda guys and stream it. And I will be streaming next Sunday when we start the full campaign as well. And it should be rocking. But if you came and joined us, thank you. And next week we'll learn the campaign rules because it'll be our first campaign game. I think there'll be a little bit more bookkeeping, so we'll be like how much money they have and stuff. But yeah, we'll figure it out, and it should be pretty kick-ass. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming and watching, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. But keep on keeping on.